Hi guys, so this video here is taken from a full course on building a track from scratch in Logic. You'll be able to watch all of the Logic related videos for the course on YouTube. There will be a link to the playlist below for you. But in this course, we're basically building this whole track from scratch. If you want to follow along with that, you can. And if you want to download the project file and all the samples that go with the course, there's a link to that in the description as well. I hope this video is useful to you and that you're able to follow along with the course. Let's jump into it.
Feeling heavy, but now I'm steady, going up from hitting the ground.
All right, so these last two elements, really, we want to be getting the piano in. Yeah, we know it sounds good. We use that cheeky preset we already have made. We've already got some compression on it. I'm thinking probably just going to actually compress it a little bit harder. I'm just going to push the ratio up from 2 to 2.5. Just control those dynamics a little bit more. And yeah, it's going to take out quite a bit in places, but it's what we need for it to sit in the track. Now there's no element where it's really getting lost. I do think we can lift it up just a little bit more. We're just going to use the high shelf from sort of 6K or so. Just give it a little bit more of a lift up like that, just about a dB, just to give it some shine on those higher notes. It's not really going to affect the chords massively, but the melody. Just helping it shine a little bit more. It doesn't look like there's any low end down there, but we're not going to take any risk with it. Leave it on 24 slope. We can bring it right up to 50. I think we've brought the vocals down just a little bit too much. I'm literally going to add half a dB back. I think that's pretty much all we really needed there. A little bit more control on the piano with the compression, bringing it back a little dB. Vocals just up half a decibel. Oddly enough, you get to this point, it does start to make a difference. Last thing is get this bed of strings sat in, really. And then we're going to go to a stage that's going to probably drive you insane, which is where we're going to reference another mix. All we've done here is get our balance and fix problems. And we're then going to start listening to something else and seeing how we can really improve it. So, vocal melody section. So the violin melody section is where we put all the strings in together. We EQ'd our whole string section before when we built it. I think we're probably going to have to compress it to control it a little bit, even though we've done it all with MIDI, just to gel it all together. The similar effect as before, just a couple of dB of compression to control it. Yeah, and we're going to use that as well as our gain control. So we're going to use the Platinum Digital because we want to keep it nice and clean. And again, auto gain off, auto release is fine. The attack here can be quite quick, so we've got those staccato elements coming in, probably about 3:1 on the ratio, and let's just dial the threshold back. On the makeup gain, I'm actually going to go the other way. I'm going to take it down another 3 dB. Okay, now as the strings are really a bed for the vocals to sit on, we're going to do something a little bit different here to get the strings out of the way, but keep them present as well. So we're going to go to the individual ones and balance them ever so slightly as well. We're going to bring the chord bed down quite a bit further. It's at 1.4 at the minute. I'm going to bring it all the way down to sort of -4. I want the viola melody to be a little bit louder, so I'm actually just going to 0 that off. I'm going to bring the staccato down to -2. Okay, and we're going to have a look at using a match EQ on the string bus now that I've got a balance I like a little bit more. You can hear the melodies just sitting in the background and the chords being dropped a few dB. They give more of a bed for everything to sit on, but they still get in the way quite a bit. So I'm going to try out the match EQ. This might not work, but it's a way that we can use a match EQ that can be dead useful. So what we want our current, which is going to be our strings. So we're going to solo the strings here. So what we've done here, we've hit learn, we've played the strings in, and it's given like a capture of the strings. These are the main like frequencies. This is where all the strings are sitting. Now, if we look at our vocal, we know our vocal's got like fundamentals right around 200 and all the details in this area that it's battling with the strings quite a lot. So we want our reference now. So what we're going to do, we're going to get a side chain. We're going to go to audio. We're going to take one of the main vocal sections. Show me vocals only should be about right. Now if we solo the vocals, so now we can record it from the vocals. Okay, so we've learnt what we need from there. So we've now got our current, our reference. And we're going to hit match, and that's our EQ curve. You're thinking like, what the hell is that, right? Well, the first thing we need to do is address this top and tail. We definitely don't need that going. We do fade extremes, and then we can use these little sliders here and fade these right off. We know we want to work in this main section here. So we've got these little handles here. We're just going to kind of zip those away like so. Oops, like so. And now, we could boost like that, but we want to cut like this, and this should give us the space for the vocal to be in place with the strings. Yeah, so now we're just cutting the frequencies where the vocals play on the strings, but this is obviously too much, -30. We just need to do it by sort of maximum 3 or 4 dB just to get a nicer balance. So they're really fighting here.
Is there something you could show? Help me.
They just balance much better together now.
Help me. I need to know the worry. Is there something you could show? Help me.
All right, so for the most part, that is our problem fixing and mixing done. So in the next stage, we are going to be referencing, and I'm going to show you some ways that we can use another track, listen to it, and reference that material to help improve our mix and really get it to that final stage.